So much has happened in the first 3-hour episode of SmackDown in 2026, but now we know a WWE star is not re-signing with the company. A new signing has been revealed and some NXT call-ups, and we're going to talk about it all in today's video. If you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. We are hitting 100,000 subscribers in 2026. It's going to happen, and with your help, we really could do it. I want to talk about these NXT call-ups because yesterday on SmackDown, I don't know what was in the air. I don't know what WWE was doing. I don't know what they were planning. I just can't even sit here and tell you that it was expected because, quite frankly, SmackDown has kind of been going downhill in 2025. And maybe it was Bruce Pritchard, maybe it was Triple H, or maybe it was Ari Emanuel at the top. But they made some changes, and some of that started with these call ups. So Trick Williams came out and interrupted Sami Zayn. Bravo, WWE. That was really good. That was really good. Trick Williams' promo, by the way, was super awesome to watch. Like, this guy just has aura. He has the confidence. Like, he made it very clear he came to SmackDown. He wants to be a world champion. I love it. What a great way to introduce Trick Williams. Sometimes people get called up and they get lost in obscurity right away. If there's one thing I will truly credit Triple H and the WWE on in recent years, there seems to be really good synergy between NXT and the main roster. And then we got the debut of Jordynne Grace, who Jordynne Grace was in a backstage segment with Nick Aldis, and then she was interrupted by Chelsea Green. Well, Fightful had came out and reported that that was effectively WWE calling her up to the main roster. So SmackDown introduced Jordynne Grace and Trick Williams on this episode to the main roster. We're still getting vignettes of Obafemi. We don't know if he's going to be on SmackDown or Raw, but we're getting those vignettes, which are very awesome. And then you got to think, this is exactly what WWE needed to do. We need fresh talent on the main roster. And now with SmackDown being 3 hours long, you got to make change. So this is really good. I think Jordynne Grace, she came into WWE, and I think the plan was originally for her to be on the main roster anyways. I don't know what happened with Shawn Michaels, but he was able to keep her down in NXT for a little bit longer, which is fine. But it was reported that her contract was a main roster contract anyways. So that was really dope. I think these call-ups are great. I think they're definitely going to help NXT, focus on newer talent. And I think this will allow SmackDown and Raw to feel fresh. So I'm like really just upbeat about it. But it's not just about that. It's also about the signings because we also saw Matt Cardona return to SmackDown. And we're going to talk about this because, well, quite frankly, he is now part of the WWE roster. And it was so funny because when Zack Ryder came out, it was the Zack Ryder Titantron. It was the Zack Ryder woo, 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 always ready. And then it transitioned into Matt Cardona. And it was actually kind of funny because it led to a little bit of a conversation between Michael Cole and Corey Graves on TV. But the thing that was really dope about this in general is the fact that it's Matt Cardona being officially revealed as part of the SmackDown roster. So not only are we getting a fresh crop of talent through call-ups, but WWE is also bringing in Zack Ryder. Now, mind you, just a week or two ago, Dave Meltzer had reported that WWE is not signing TNA talent or AEW talent. Well, Matt Cardona was part of TNA, so that's really interesting. We know that Zack Ryder won the JCW. It was like the Juggalo City Championship or Juggalo Champion, whatever that company is. Vince Russo's writing for them or whatever. He won the World Championship like the night before. He's also carrying the ACW World Championship. This is the indie god we're talking about. And from what it looks like right now, it looks like Matt Cardona is fully signed to WWE. But it looks like WWE is going to let him finish off some of these independent dates or whatever it may be. Look, guys, Matt Cardona is the indie god. This is cool. Like, he came back for the John Cena tournament. I don't know if I was anticipating him coming back full time because even at that time, we talked about it on video. Hey, he might not be actually returning to the company. It might just be a one-off. That doesn't appear to be the case. It does not appear to be the case because WWE officially confirmed live on air that Matt Cardona is on the SmackDown roster. So what I really love about this too, and it's not being talked about enough, is the fact that we're finally starting to see the GMs really pull the strings to make things happen. I mean, this was things that I've talked about a long time ago. I want to see the general managers, introduce new signings. You don't need to constantly air vignettes. While they're great and I enjoy them, it's okay to just introduce talent with meetings with the GM. And we've seen that a couple times now, and it just makes me so excited. I think WWE has really figured it out, honestly, when it comes to introducing new talent. And I just think WWE is in a situation where they need to be careful because you're starting to introduce a lot of talent at once. Some people are going to have to win, some people are going to have to lose. You're going to have to figure that out. But ultimately, man, that is exciting stuff. And Matt Cardona coming back to WWE, whether he's a world champion or not, I don't think anybody has that expectation. Whatever happens, happens. But the thing about Matt Cardona is this is a guy who has worked tirelessly since the COVID era. Like 2020 till now, he has worked incredibly hard to come back. And shout out to him, man. He really made it happen, and that's awesome to see. And that brings us to our final topic. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommaso Ciampa is leaving the WWE. A lot of confusion here, so let's break it down because, yeah, man, this is kind of a bummer. Now, listen, Tommaso Ciampa is a great wrestler, and he was awesome in NXT, and, DIY is awesome, and I feel like WWE utilized DIY pretty damn well. And, for him to leave WWE, it's obviously kind of a weird thing, but we haven't seen him since December 19th. Bodyslam.net comes out and says, hey, listen, they've dropped this report that contract for Tommaso Ciampa, his contract is ending, and he currently is planning on finishing up his time with the company and without re-signing. So Tommaso Ciampa, former world NXT champion, multiple time champion in the WWE, obviously. But this is a guy who I think, genuinely speaking, is incredibly talented, but he was always going to be part of DIY. That's just how it was going to be. It doesn't sound like there's any ill will towards the company. It doesn't sound like, I don't know. Tommaso Ciampa was a Triple H guy. But deep down inside, when you look at the main roster and you look at him and Johnny Gargano, an incredible tag team, I don't know what more Tommaso Ciampa could want unless he's looking at leaving wrestling altogether or if he's looking at going singles. I don't know. But Tommaso Ciampa, in my opinion, as much as I enjoy his work, I just don't see what's the value of leaving WWE to, let's say, maybe go to AEW, for example. Like, there's really no purpose for Tommaso Ciampa to take that route in his career at this day and age. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just think it's better for him to be packaged with Johnny Gargano and to be part of the tag team division. But we'll see what WWE does, and we'll see what he does. And maybe there's a better reason for it too. So I don't want to jump to conclusions. But with him not re-signing with the company, I'm genuinely kind of shocked just because he is a Triple H guy. So maybe there is more to it. But at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. And listen, the show doesn't stop for one person. I don't care what company it is. I don't care if it's AEW or WWE. It doesn't matter who leaves. We saw Cody Rhodes leave AEW, and yeah, it kind of hurt AEW, but AEW is still here. And that's a good thing because at the end of the day, that means these companies are not reliant on just one talent. So obviously, WWE will keep moving on, keep doing their own thing. It's going to be completely fine, but it is something that I have to acknowledge and something I have to actually respond to. We will see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Ango Show.